right, so 46, huh? Let's go over a few things. I just timed it, and I didn't know what I was doing, so I was reading through an article as I was doing it, so I didn't really record anything. But let's see. It's been cold. I've been inside for, I don't know. I've been outside for a while, a few hours at least, so it's definitely cold. So, let's see how it does. So, seems to be working fine. I took it for a drive after I did that with my son. I totally should have recorded that. It was awesome. I was smiling in the passenger seat. I might do that again tomorrow just to get a clip of it, but it accelerates a lot better than it did the first time I drove it. It definitely shifts better because I was able to check the trans while it was hot, because I can do that now because I have a radiator, and I was able to warm it up to operating temperature. I kind of just went back and forth and back and forth and back and forth in the driveway a bunch of times, I don't know if that did anything, but to heat up the transmission. And yeah, I kind of just filled it, and as it was running in park, I checked it and filled it and checked it and filled it and checked it. And it's towards the bottom. It probably could use more, but I just want to see what happens first. Drive it a couple times and see. I don't want to overfill it because I had leak issues. I don't know if it was cause overfilling or what. I don't know. There's just been a lot of trans leaking issues that are just little stupid things, like the O-ring, and then the gasket was leaking, and I just crawled under there because I thought I was missing a few bolts on the pan, but I'm not. But I saw the what I see. There's like a trans cooler, an inline trans cooler that my buddy Tim put in there, and since it was new and it hasn't been run, it was leaking out of each side of the cooler. The inline cooler was leaking out of the fittings there, so I just tightened them up. I don't know if he forgot to tighten them or he tightened them, because it's an aluminum housing. You don't want to tighten it too much, you might strip the threads out. That's probably what happened. He tightened it as much as he thought he needed to, but it just needed a little bit more, so I went in there, tightened it. Haven't seen any drips yet. Well, time will tell if that actually solved it. But I think right now I am going to wire up the fan, and maybe, yeah, I can probably run the headlights and blinkers and stuff, everything that's in the front, the marker lights that's in the front, because I don't have blinkers. I don't have a stick for it, but I do, but I don't think I'm going to put it in the car. I don't know. I might. It might be a cool touch. But regardless, right now I'm just going to do headlights, marker lights, and fan. you saw me do the wiring in the front. I think it stopped halfway through. Battery died during the time lapse, but I got some things run here. I'm going to take this back off so I can tie everything up nice, but I put loom on everything. These are the marker lights. I have another marker light over here. The headlight wiring is ran to both headlights and they work. I'll show you that now. Turn it on. Hey, headlights. So that's neat. Headlights work. I just went to AutoZone and Napa to get some stuff. So I got the 1157s, which is the tail light bulbs, and I'm also going to use those in the marker lights because I'm going to have the marker light and the turn signal all in one. So I need this and the 2 connection, whatever you call this, double contact insert for the socket. And I picked up some 3/8 loom. I don't know, just to have. So I have a 6-volt bulb in here now, and when I turn the lights on, it turns on, but the brake light doesn't work. I was racking my brain at why, and I think it's nothing that I did. I think I wired everything correctly. I think it's just because it's a 6-volt bulb. It's probably getting full juice and it's thinking it needs to turn the brake light on, so the brake light's on all the time. So I'm going to swap it out to the 12-volt 1157s because it's an 1154 bulb in here now, which is a 6-volt version. So I'm going to swap them out, and hopefully they should work just fine. Alright, so I was going to replace the bulbs and stuff with this 2 connection socket, yada yada. But the socket in here is not for 1157. It's the pins that locate it are straight across from each other instead of being like offset, one higher than the other. So I can't put an 1157 in there. So I just called AutoZone and they're going to send me down some 1157 style sockets, and I will just modify this, probably take this back end piece off in that socket style so you just kind of clip on there, and that should be easy. I'll replace the whole thing instead of trying to make the old stuff work. So that'll be all set on there. I'll have to wait on doing these. First, let me figure out why my tail lights aren't working. So you saw the time lapse before. I had the brake lights. The brake lights worked, but when I hit the brake lights don't come on. So I'm not sure what's going on there. I'm going to have to research on how to diagnose that, and I will do that because I kind of need brake lights. That would be nice to have, right? Brake lights would be nice to have. So that's the next thing I'm going to do now is diagnose, which I'm the worst at. Diagnose why my brake lights aren't working. So let's go do that. Since I didn't have any continuity back there at the wires back in the taillight, I put a multimeter in there and I hit the brakes and I got nothing, but I had some power at the taillight wire. So, and I know the taillight worked, so I'm gonna look under the car on my brake light switch, see if anything funky's there, check for continuity in the switch, see if that's the problem. And then a new jack. Really? Thing's already coming down. I don't know, it might be high enough for me to just crawl under it. Yeah, it's definitely not high enough. Alright. Jack's gonna kill me one day. I know it. Okay, so I just checked across the contacts when there's no brake pressure. Obviously, got nothing. I'm gonna try it again, and since I can reach the brake, brakes are working. Okay, so I know it shouldn't matter, but let me switch the contacts. Left goes right goes left. Yeah, brake light switch is busted. How is it busted from day one? Makes no sense. Okay, well, brake light switch is the issue. Not getting any continuity when the brake is depressed. So, I guess it needs some Zoloft. Whatever you guys take when you're depressed. Okay, well, that sucks. Brake light switch, bad. Oh, there's nothing I can do there except for replace the brake switch. And I don't have an extra one, so. Oh, wait a second. Was it on? I did it wrong. When I tested continuity on the switch, apparently I had my multimeter on too long and it shut off. So that's why I didn't think it had continuity. It wasn't making a beep because it was off like a dummy. So I went back under there and it works. So then I just turned the ignition on. I went down there again and I tested it to see if it had power on one side of the switch, and it did. And when I put the brake down, I tested the other side and the power went to the other side, which is nice. So now I need to figure out why it's not going to the taillights. So it's going to the switch. Which is the, let's see here. See if we can't get uncomfortable again. Okay, so got my fuse box here. It's a bunch of unused column wires that I could use in the future, but actually need those out of the way. So this orange wire, This is from the fuse box, and it goes down to the switch and it gives power. And this white one comes out of the switch with power and then goes to this orange. That's the brake lights. So I need to figure out where in the whole situation it lost power. So I should honestly check. I should check the back of the taillights again somehow. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to do it because I need the brake pedal to be pressed in. I could do it from underneath because it's a lever, and I could grab it and pull it down, and that would actuate the brake switch. But from the back, I can't really do anything. I'm gonna have to wait until my wife gets home, ask her for some help. But yeah, I don't know why power loss is happening. It's just like ending. It's cut off. I don't know. It might be at this connection here. Not sure. I'm gonna have to do some testing and figure that out. Oh. But you know, stupid things. I'll figure it out. Okay, so what's going on here? The sockets I got don't work, but I took the little tabs off them that would pop into the hole and stay there. I took them off. I took the wiring out of it, and it's just the case right now. And I took the case for my markers. I am just going to literally tack this 2, 3, 4 places just so it don't move, and I can easily cut the tacks out. And this will be in here like this. Bob your auntie. So let me get going with it. Tack it in there. $25 amps work pretty well. Yep. That's out. Okay. This is definitely galvanized. Giving off some nasty little white curlies. Don't try this at home. Welding galvanized sucks. Alright, so nice 4 tacks. That should be fine. Shouldn't move. And I'm really only putting light bulb in it, so it really should be fine. Yeah. Hopefully I can get the bulb in there like that. We'll see. Alright, so here it is. Just tacked on there in the back. It's not going anywhere. There's a marker light. Just got to put the trim on there. Bolt it in. I think I also have connectors. So I'm going to put connectors on the ends of these wires on both the body side and this side, obviously, so you can connect it nice with a plug. It's not hardwired, something stupid like that. So ask me how I know how stupid that is. So yeah, this marker's all set. I just need to put the plug on there, put a piece of wire loom here. I already got some wire loom on the body side, and then it'll be a nice plug. Cool, that worked out. Just had to weld something. If you can't find something that works, make it work. All right, so now both running lights work. And both, I think you can see them, tail lights work. Still trying to figure out the brake light issue on here. But as you know, right now, all we know is there is power to the switch, and when you press the brake pedal, it transfers to the other wire and goes out. I haven't traced that wire back yet. I need to. So I think that's next on the list. Oh, I did, well, let me shut the marker lights off before I kill the battery. So I put connections on every marker light, also headlights, and I have one with loom on the fan. Just waiting because I can't seem to get power to the wire that was labeled for the fan, so I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if the way he did it, there's a bunch of like relays and stuff in there, and I don't know if it kicks on at a certain temperature. I'm unsure, but there's also a switch under the dash for the fan apparently, so I don't know, confused here. But, or maybe the fan just is dead. Maybe I'll get my multimeter out and see if there's power to that wire. That's what I should do. But let me, yeah, maybe I'll do that quick and then search for that wire that for some reason isn't giving any power. Maybe I'll do this one first. See if there is power when I hit the brake. I think I did that before and there wasn't any, but I might have also not had it connected right. And look at that, UPS now for the spring spacers and the rear shocks, because the rear shocks are two different heights, so I gotta fix that. Alright, so I got the spring out. It's a mess. Hate doing suspension work in tight areas. But, so I got the spring here. It was not cut. So I don't know what's going on with that. But this fits nicely on the top there. So I am going to, well, it fits on the top, but this does not fit in the spring pocket of the vehicle. But that area is where the spring, outside of the spring is. So I'm just going to grind it until the edge of that, and it should be all right. I'm pretty much running these all the way up anyway. Just got to make sure that the rest of it, like the rest of the perch, isn't going to be affected. Which, yeah, I think it's going to be all right once it's up in there. I don't know. I honestly don't know if this is a good idea, because the spring wasn't loose in the front at all. It had plenty of room. I mean, the spring wasn't loose at all. It was really tight. Even all the way up, I could not move the spring. So I don't know if it's just the wrong, I don't know if I'm doing the right thing here now. Well, I'll cut one of these, and if I can get the spring in, then I'll run it that way. But I honestly highly doubt I'm going to be able to get the spring in there with this much of a spacer on the top. But who knows? Only one way to find out is to try it out. Alright, so I got the springs and spacers in there. Might be a little too high right now, but I measured the rockers and the rear is still up an inch over the front. So the front is lower. It's pretty much an inch rake. So we'll see how it looks outside. I can't really get to the side of it, but I'm going to take my son for a ride right now. Hopefully, if nothing goes wrong. Sit down. Really going up and down the road.
Well, I was going to put this on his little head.
Okay.
You're going to hold it, right?
Yeah. Move over, buddy. You can't drive yet. Yep, keys. No, not yet. Plenty of room on your car. How's this, buddy, huh? Need the seal so it's less rattly, but... Nice, right? Forgot there's no windshield. Probably not. Well, that was successful. Still some acceleration issues, but we'll deal with that later. Yeah, I guess. Just to see it go.
Why don't you go the other way?
Whoa!
Because it was just starting to give me hesitation and I didn't want to get stuck anywhere. But why, you want to go the other way?
I mean, I'm not trying to get stuck anywhere, so.
Yeah, no, I don't think we will, but.
Right.
Alright, so that was pretty successful for a drive. It is still lower in the front, but just barely. It's pretty much, no, it's still right down. I think I still want to go a little bit lower though on the front. Might spin those little adjustable perches down so it's at the top of the white wall there. It's almost there. But ran good. There was just a couple times where I went to hit the gas and it kind of wanted to stall out, so maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll mess with the timing a little more. I've set it to like almost 12 degrees, probably like 11. That's what I read, and then I heard 6 was normal, so I might go down to 8 and see how that goes. But everything else was good. The family had a good time. It ran pretty good. Just banging around because there's no rubber seals anywhere. It's literally just metal on metal everywhere, and the trunk doesn't have a latch, so that was banging around. But other than the noise, it went pretty good. So guess next time we work on this, hopefully I'll have the top bows and we'll put the top on and put some seals and window seals in. But who knows? And spin the front down a little bit. But it's higher now and is like this much ground clearance, so that makes me happy. It makes me relieved because there was a lot of scraping going on before. But well, that's it for this one. Thanks for liking, commenting, subscribing, clicking the bell, sharing the videos, all that good stuff. I really do appreciate it. I'll catch you in the next one.